Are your joints trying to tell you something? Does that morning stiffness in your hands and knees make you feel years older than the number on your driver's license? You head to the kitchen, ready to start the day right. You grab a bowl of what looks like a heart-healthy cereal, maybe a sandwich on healthy bread for lunch, and a low-fat yogurt for a snack. You think you're checking all the right boxes. But what if you're not? The good news is this isn't about taking pills or giving up the foods you love. Real relief often begins with a few small, smart changes on your plate. When you understand what's really happening inside your body, you can start reversing the process naturally, one simple swap at a time. You can feel lighter, stronger, and more flexible again without needing to rely on medication. What if I told you that some of those healthy foods you're eating every day are the secret culprits behind why your joints ache? That deep, nagging pain might not just be a number on the calendar, it could be what's on your plate. In the next few minutes, I'm going to pull back the curtain on 3 hidden food groups that could be sabotaging your joint health after 60. And more importantly, I'll show you the simple, delicious swaps that can help you feel better, so you can get back to gardening, playing with your grandkids, and living life on your own terms. Now, this isn't just a bunch of opinions. The information we're about to dive into is backed by solid scientific research from top-tier institutions like Harvard and findings published in places like the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. My goal here is to empower you with knowledge. Because when you understand why certain foods are causing problems, you're back in the driver's seat of your own health. This isn't about some crazy restrictive diet. It's about making smart choices that can bring you real relief. Let's get into it. The first food group secretly messing with your joints is one that's everywhere in our modern diet: refined carbs and added sugars. We're talking about white bread, pastries, most breakfast cereals, crackers, sugary drinks, and even some fruit juices. You might see a fat-free label on a flavored yogurt or made with whole grains on a cereal box. But if you look closer, they're often packed with added sugar. So why are these so bad for your joints? It all comes down to one word: inflammation. Think of inflammation as a slow-burning fire inside your body. When you eat a lot of sugar and refined carbs, it's like throwing gasoline on that fire. Studies show that these foods trigger the release of inflammatory messengers in your body called cytokines. If you're already dealing with arthritis or sensitive joints, that's the last thing you need. It translates directly to more swelling, stiffness, and pain. But wait, it gets worse. When your body processes all that excess sugar, it creates these nasty compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs for short. It's a fitting name because these molecules literally age your body's tissues. They go after the proteins in your joints, damaging the collagen that keeps your cartilage strong and bouncy. As these AGEs build up, your joints can become more brittle and prone to damage. Research has consistently shown that foods that spike your blood sugar also ramp up the production of these destructive AGEs. The solution isn't to swear off carbs forever. It's about making a simple swap. Instead of white bread, go for a true high-fiber, whole-grain bread, or a traditional sourdough, which is gentler on your blood sugar. Instead of that sugary cereal, try a bowl of plain oatmeal with some berries and nuts. Oats have fiber and compounds that actually help reduce inflammation. And instead of sodas or sweetened teas, try sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or a handful of mint. These simple upgrades give your body the antioxidants and fiber it needs to fight inflammation, not fuel it. Our second culprit is a sneaky one, often hiding in your favorite snacks and ready-made meals. I'm talking about trans fats and an overload of certain vegetable oils. Trans fats are in so many processed foods: cookies, crackers, donuts, frozen breakfast sandwiches, and most stick margarines. Years ago, researchers at places like the Harvard School of Public Health sounded the alarm, identifying these fats as a major trigger for body-wide inflammation. But it's not just about trans fats, it's also about the balance of fats you eat, specifically your ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. Think of it this way: omega-3s from foods like fish and walnuts are anti-inflammatory. They're the firefighters. Omega-6s, on the other hand, can be pro-inflammatory when you have way too many of them. While your body needs some omega-6, our modern diet is absolutely drowning in them. They're found in cheap, highly processed oils like corn, safflower, sunflower, and generic vegetable oil that are used to make just about every processed snack and fast food item out there. This imbalance creates a constant, low-level inflammation that can make joint pain feel so much worse. While the evidence on saturated fat's direct link to arthritis is more mixed, the science is crystal clear that trans fats trigger inflammation that can worsen symptoms. So, what's the swap? It's about choosing better fats. First, try to cut back on packaged, processed snacks and fried foods. Instead of a bag of crackers, grab a handful of walnuts or almonds. They give you healthy, anti-inflammatory fats that help your body put out those fires. Second, take a look at the oil you cook with. Swap out that all-purpose vegetable oil for extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil is a star player in the Mediterranean diet for a reason. It contains a compound called oleocanthal, which has been shown to work in a way that's surprisingly similar to ibuprofen by blocking inflammatory pathways. Healthy fats from avocados and avocado oil are also fantastic choices for protecting your joints. This one simple switch in your kitchen can make a huge difference. If you're finding this helpful so far, give this video a quick like. It helps us reach more people who want to stay active and independent and pain-free after 60. And if you know someone struggling with joint stiffness, share this with them. It might be exactly what they need today. The third and final saboteur on our list might be a surprise. Processed meats and, for some people, conventional dairy. Processed meats include things like bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and most deli meats. Study after study has linked eating processed and red meats to higher levels of inflammatory markers in the blood, like C-reactive protein, CRP. One reason is that these meats are often cooked at very high temperatures, which, as we just learned, creates more of those harmful agents that damage your joint tissues. Now, the dairy issue is a bit more personal. For many people, dairy is a great source of calcium and protein. However, for some, particularly those with existing inflammatory conditions, dairy can be a trigger. The potential issue is a protein in milk called casein. In sensitive individuals, casein may irritate the tissues around the joints and kick off an inflammatory response, leading to more pain. If you have a nagging, low-grade achiness you just can't pinpoint, it might be worth exploring if dairy is a personal trigger for you. The great news is the swaps here are incredibly powerful. Instead of processed or red meat, start leaning into proteins that actively fight inflammation. The number one superstar is fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. They are loaded with those omega-3 fatty acids we talked about, which are proven to help reduce joint swelling and pain. Not a big fish fan? No problem. Try incorporating more plant-based proteins. Foods like beans, lentils, and tofu are excellent sources of protein that are also full of fiber and antioxidants. Swapping a beef burger for a black bean burger or adding lentils to your soup instead of sausage is a total game changer. And if you suspect dairy might be part of your problem, try a little experiment. Take a break from it for a few weeks and see how you feel. You can try almond or oat milk instead of cow's milk. Just be sure to grab the unsweetened kind. See if that morning stiffness starts to ease up. Your joints are not your enemies. They're your messengers. Every ache, every stiffness is a whisper from your body asking for care, not punishment. When you start listening, when you feed it better, it rewards you with something priceless: the freedom to move without fear. Remember, motion is life, and you deserve to move through it with ease. All right, so where does that leave us? The three food groups that could be secretly sabotaging your joints are refined carbs and sugars that fuel inflammation, trans fats and an excess of omega-6 oils that keep you in an inflammatory state, and processed meats and potentially dairy, which can be direct triggers for pain. I know changing your diet can feel like a huge task, but I want you to see this as an opportunity. This isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. Every single meal is a chance to choose foods that build your body up instead of tearing it down. By making these simple swaps, choosing oatmeal over sugary cereal, olive oil over vegetable oil, and salmon or beans over processed meat, you are taking a powerful step toward less pain, more mobility, and taking back your independence. You have the power to feel better, and it all starts right on your plate. If you found this information helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel reach more people who need to hear this. And be sure to subscribe and click that little notification bell. In our next video, we're going to talk about the top 5 supplements that are scientifically proven to support joint health after 60. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and here's to your health.